What's going on, my brothers and sisters? Today's truth is stewardship. We are called to be stewards over everything that God gives us. A steward is a manager or supervisor over someone else's stuff. It's not yours, but God placed you to manage his things. The perfect example is Joseph. How Joseph was a steward over Potiphar's house at the behest of God. And from there, Joseph was sent to prison and he became a steward there. And so God gives us small tasks. And if you can be faithful over those small tasks, he will give you more. And we have to be good stewards not only over the material things that God gives us, but over our health, our credit, our jobs, the time that God gives us. Because the enemy's job is to steal, kill, and destroy. And he's stealing our time. Why? Because we get so caught up into foolishness all day until we neglect God's business. We'll watch sports all day but won't study the word. We will go shopping all day hundreds of miles away but won't even pray. And so we have to be mindful of that. Credit is so important, and I think churches need to stress that more because that tells so much about who you are, having good credit. If Christ were here, Christ wouldn't have a 500 credit score. Christ will have the highest credit score that a person can have. And so when you're representing Christ, you have to represent Christ to the fullest. So if your credit is not where it should be, then you have to work on getting your credit where it should be because you are representing God. You are speaking on behalf of God. Equifax, Experian, TransUnion are the two agencies that you can contact to see what you need to do to get your credit in order. Exercising is conducive to good health. Dieting, you have to watch what you eat. Eating all that greasy food and clogging up your arteries and having high blood pressure and all of these health issues. Those are not good examples of good stewardship. And so you have to watch that. You have to be a good steward over the finances that you have. Because if you can't be a good steward over $100, don't expect God to give you $1,000. You will know what you should or shouldn't give your child by how he or she acts with what they already have. Because if your child cannot maintain his bike properly, then you know you're not going to buy him a car. Because he's going to wreck the car if he's constantly trashing his bike. And so today is the day where we're going to tell ourselves we're going to get it together. We're going to work on our credit. We're going to stop complaining about what we don't have. We're going to stop complaining about what he or she has. We're going to stop complaining about all of that, and we're going to represent God to the fullest. We're going to be the best stewards that we could be. Joseph was a young man of God who was the perfect example of stewardship. And so, my brothers and my sisters, today is the day where you have to get it together because we're representing God and we're speaking on behalf of God. When you look at unbelievers, a lot of them are in better condition than we are as believers, financially, health-wise, educationally. They are in better shape than we are. But we should be in better shape than they are because of who we represent. God called us out of darkness into his light. And we should live in the light. And we should not only say that we're following Christ in word, but also in deed. in works. So you brothers and sisters, have a blessed day.